Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Star Wars. I have several things of news. First, the reason that I've had the long absence, about a month almost, from making videos is because I had a friend over. I almost never get to see her, maybe once every year and a half, and so I was spending time with her. Second, I am not in Japan. It turns out they're not accepting the visa that I need to get to my job there, and so I'm going to have to instead possibly go in September, if not later than that, because they're not accepting any tourists for the Olympics. They're only accepting students, family members, and very essential workers. I'm not any of those. And so once things open up back in September after the Olympics are over, I might be able to go, but we'll see. The person I talked to on the phone said he wished he knew when I would be able to. So I have no idea when I'm going to get there, but I know I'm going to get there eventually. It's just frustrating because my people that I'm going to be working with, they have specific plans for me to work on when I was there. They wanted me to help work on Olympics logos and media for that, and now I'm not going to be able to, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing when I get there.
You smell burnt flesh? That's my fingers. Gun overheated in the last fight. So, all that one-shot kill stuff you do, where'd you learn it?
The Empire puts operatives through extensive weapons training.
I bet they do. I learned to shoot with a friend of mine. First year out of Rat Attack, I was a mess. Me and Amspecial hooked up on a tramp freighter. She was running too. We stole a holdout blaster and shared it.
You said her name was Anspecial.
Twi'lek name. Think they say it easier. She had gang connections, so one time we were raiding the ship's cargo bay, planning to sell whatever we get. Turns out it was an exchange ship, syndicate stuff. We've just pried open the storage crates when we figure it out. We're dead meat, right?
With one holdout blaster, the odds weren't in your favor.
Best we can figure. I torch the place while Ampsby grabs a dock worker. Then we sit and wait for the exchange. Enforcers finally show. We blame the dock worker and say we came to stop it. Prove we're exchange material. They bought it.
Risky, but I guess it paid off.
Best kind of risk. Amspecial ended up worse off later, but it was great for me. She was fun. We ever run into her, we should get together. Time of the century.
I heavily doubt that this Anspecial is even still alive. If she ended up worse off later, then considering she's a Twi'lek, she might have either ended up as a slave or got caught on the wrong side of another gangster and gotten killed. Head back upwards. The way they do the planet missions on Nar Shaddaa is different for both the Republic and the Empire, because on the Republic side, when you're doing the planet missions, they say, hey, now that you're finished with my mission, go over and talk to my ally over here. And so that automatically leads you to the next area. But for the Empire side, once you're done with one section's mission, it just ends, and you have to wait and see which section you go to next to do that part. I guess it's because they know that with the classes, they end up in different sections of Nar Shaddaa before they have to go back to their ship, and so they don't want to lock you into having to go to an area that you don't need to go to. It makes it more convenient, I guess.
I can smell the desperation on these guys. It's like a Duros pheromone.
Ew. Kaleo's comments are always a shade of unpleasant. Pretty sure she takes pleasure in that.
Greetings. I heard of your success with the Shadow Syndicate. I was hoping you might put those talents to work for me. My name is Mardel Felth, Imperial Intelligence, and I am here to stop a revolution.
I've been known to stop, or start a few wars in my day.
They call this place the Duros Sector. But it's not just Duros who live here. Alien refugees from across the galaxy have fled here. Fled from us. Now a leader has emerged to unite the different species. They call him the Flame, and we have killed him twice.
Her eyebrows are ugly.
Each time he reappears. The locals claim he's immortal,
Third time's the charm.
Only the Emperor himself can claim true immortality. But I'm not asking you to kill the flame. Yet. Our only undercover agent in his gang was recently discovered and murdered. The flame insisted the corpse be publicly displayed in Rana Mas Square to taunt us.
If they're baiting you, they want something.
Oh, there's no doubt it's a trap. But they have bait we're hard-pressed to resist. Everything our agent found, all his notes, are pinned to the corpse in plain view. But every team I've sent to retrieve the records has come back in pieces. You may be the only one who could walk into this trap and survive.
You want this to happen? I'll need payment.
Of course. We have a healthy budget. The Minister of Intelligence is quite concerned about this rebellion. We need those records back. Admiral Jafand Arj is due to arrive today to speak with the Hutts about this problem. Once you have the records, use this on the body to burn it. We can't have them use one of our own as a rallying point.
It's no wonder that the people are angry at the Empire, considering the Empire enslaves every alien species it comes across. It's not until Endgame that the Empire starts to really change. I have a very hard time with deciding what I'm going to be doing for that too. It's going to be a long time before we actually get to that point, considering I can only do an hour's episode each time I record. But once I get there, I don't know which side I want to pick. At that point, you can pick whether you want to side with the Empire or whether you want to side with the Republic. I guess I'm going to have to see exactly what state Hireth's character development will be in by then, because either by then she will have completely tired of the Empire's nonsense and decided, you know what, I'm going to work for the other side, or by then she will have gained a bit of idealism and said, it's always hard to remember the abilities. By then she'll have gained a bit of idealism and said, I believe that the Empire can be better than this, let's make it better, in which case she'll stay with the Empire. But I don't know which one she's going to pick. Either the cynic or the idealist will win out.
Alright, make me look good.
I always have a strong ability. But canonically it's going to be something like almost 10 years before she has to worry about which side she's going to pick. So there's a lot of in-game material to go through before I have to worry about which side she's going to pick.
Hello again, Cypher. I'm seeing everything the bioscan sees. Genetic bonding agents, molecular webs. Pure. Perfect. Take Cyclone and it becomes you. I'm going deeper now, Cypher. Looking for a signature to tell us who the artist is. Curious?
I'll play along. What have you found?
I have a corporate match. Cyclone's coding process is registered to Sinchet Industries. Sinchet used to manufacture droids, food supplements, medical supplies. But Sinchet declared bankruptcy 5 years ago. The company is gone.
Someone else must be using their technology.
Sinchet, a dead company, is connected to Cyclone. Cyclone is connected to the Terror Cell. We need more. I'm finding one former Sinchet executive currently on Nar Shaddaa. He left the company just before it dissolved. Question him about Sinchet. We need to know what happened to their resources, whether they had terrorist connections.
Shouldn't be hard to interrogate a rich businessman.
Your executive is named Jordal Tlan. Rich, eccentric, reclusive. Stays in his private casino lounge. Only associates with droids. No visitors allowed, no weapons allowed. He'll need a reason to talk to you, to be desperate to talk to you.
I know how to make men desperate for me.
I doubt Tlan is tempted by flesh. He's been with his droids too long. Use the resources you have. See those medical crates? Combine their chemicals correctly and you'll have an undetectable poison. Clan's serving droids won't notice if you poison his drink. When he sweats and chokes, offer the antidote in return for cooperation.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm sending the formulas for poison and antidote. The important thing is to get to Clan. Get him talking about the terrorists, Cyclone, and the dissolution of Sinchet.
I could have had her say that she didn't like that idea, but she's an Imperial spy. There's no reason why she would be disgusted by that. It's something that she'd be completely used to in her job. Like, why would she care about poisoning somebody? As far as she knows, a rich businessman is not an innocent life. Like, if it was, say, go poison this peasant over here who doesn't have much to offer, doesn't have much to go on in life, and she'd be like, well, you know, that's kind of sketchy. But if it's just some rich guy who uses all of his money to spend his days at the casino, she's not gonna be bothered by that. Like, for all she knows, he deserves it. That's not exactly how I would think about it, of course, you know, in real life, but this isn't me we're talking about, this is Hireth.
Bunch of losers. Come on, bet I can shoot more of them than you.
Come on. Oh, why do they always move out of the way? No. Shoot the person I'm telling you to shoot! Ah! Sometimes I greatly dislike the targeting system in this game. Lately, I've been having a hard time trying to get back into this game aside from playing this character. It's been very frustrating trying to do the end game with my main character because I have to grind so much. I haven't been able to do the end game stuff that my character is supposed to be doing, like any of the story, because she has to grind to get her armor ranking up high enough to be able to do the story.
Alright, make me look good.
And I hate grinding. Like, it's so frustrating. I just want to do the story. I just want to have my character have fun with the game. But instead, I'm stuck doing the same instance over and over and over and over and over until I can get the armor ranking I need. And she's only like halfway to the ranking that she needs to be from where she was before, and which means that I have to spend as much time as I already have all over again trying to get the ranking that I need. I hate it. Like, I just want to play the game. I don't want to have to do the same thing over and over. I know I just said that. It's just so frustrating. And it makes me not want to play the game because the only thing I have to look forward to is with my main character is just doing more of that. I can't do what I want to do, and so
Please use all products only as intended.
I dread having to log in and grind more, trying to get where I need to be. And you shouldn't have to dread playing a game. You should want to play a game. You should be excited to do it. But Star Wars was the last MMO that I had hope for, and the only MMO that I really wanted to play, and now I don't want to. It's just, the pleasure's gone. I like playing with this character because it's a story that I am not familiar with, and it's new stuff for me, and I'm hoping that maybe if I go along I can have an easier time getting the armor ranking with her. But if I don't, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the game. I guess we'll see.
Your trap's been sprung. Here are the notes.
Let me see. Blasted rebels. The Flame is planning an attack on Admiral Jafand Ange. He can't know about this. I was supposed to...
What exactly would you prefer? I didn't know.
Admiral Jaffant. Sir, I apologize. This is...
I know who you are. You have made quite a reputation for yourself in the right circles. Are you more inclined than Agent Maddle to tell me what threat has just been posed? Does this come from the Flame?
Any idea why he'd have it in for you personally?
The Flame must know I've been communicating with the Hutt. I'm here to tell them the Empire will withdraw billions of credits of business from Nar Shaddaa unless they shut down this rebellion.
Killing you would be quite a coup for the Flame.
We must teach him the folly of targeting the Empire. I invite you to come with me when I meet with the Hutts. Your activities have made an impression on the cartel.
You do the talking, I'll keep an eye on what's happening behind the scenes.
I see you've done this before. If you're interested, I suggest you go first, to flush out and destroy any of these rebels who might lie in wait. I leave for my meeting shortly. I hope to see you there.
Knowing Admiral Jaffant, I'd suggest you go now. He'll expect the route to his meeting to be cleared before he leaves.
I mean, I guess it makes sense as far as the AI goes to program it to move out of the way of targeting, but it means that I have to take a couple extra seconds adding a couple extra abilities to the amount, which is not annoying necessarily, it just takes more time. This character is so completely different from the characters I'm used to, which is, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that they've programmed the characters' mechanics to be so completely different from each other. It's just not what I'm used to. Like, the Trooper and the Jedi are very straightforward as far as hitting goes. You just run up and you tank, or you stay back and do DPS. But the Sniper, it requires more strategy and remembering which abilities do what, and I am not good at remembering which abilities do what, and so you have me constantly using the wrong abilities. I thought I was supposed to come here before you, you idiot. Why did you come early?
This is not your battle. It took no subtle spying for your empire to destroy the peace of my world. It is the Admiral who led that attack. It is the Admiral who will die for it.
What exactly did the Admiral do?
Are you going to listen to this freak of nature?
I am Gendai. My people had done nothing to your empire when they set upon us. They tore our world apart, slaughtered our children, or sold them as slaves. In fact, every species here has suffered an unprovoked attack by your empire.
He's a terrorist. He raised an army against the Empire. Destroy him!
You are beaten. Go. Take your people and live in peace on another world.
Interesting
That decision is not yours to make. This creature should not exist. His species is a mockery of humanity, of nature. He's led a rebellion against the Empire. He's burned our factories, killed Imperial soldiers.
I guess Cleo, because she's also an alien, doesn't like the thought of the Empire oppressing aliens.
I don't have to explain my decisions to you.
I would not have this creature pass on a word of a rift between us. Your offer stands. For now.
I cannot bring myself to thank one who represents your empire, but I am impressed with your mercy. We shall leave Nar Shaddaa. Perhaps there is yet a place in the galaxy where it is possible to live in peace.
It'd be better for them to find a place that has nature as opposed to finding a big city planet and sitting in the slums like this.
Go through the building. Bring me any information on the extent of this rebellion. I will respect your decision, but if these aliens continue to strike against the Empire, know that I will not fail to act.
You don't want to make me your enemy.
We are not enemies, so long as your support for the rebels does not extend beyond today. Make your report to Agent Maddle. I will let you explain how things came to end this way.
I just received word from Admiral Jaffant. He says that the Flame surrendered and went into voluntary exile.
Admiral Jaffant thinks I made a mistake.
I wasn't there. I won't question you. There are certainly reasons one might have to hate the Empire. Perhaps we all deserve a second chance. If you would take on another task for us, I have a message from General Colvin of the Imperial Reclamation Service. He believes you might be key to recovering the secret the Empire has sought for decades. Thank you for all you've done.
I'm gonna need to get some more armor mods. Oh, and hey, they actually gave me a mission to go to the next area. That's weird. I guess it depends on where you go. But my armor mods are getting a little bit lackluster considering this bracer is higher than mine. So next time I go to the promenade, or before I leave the planet anyway, I'm gonna have to see if, I think it's level 28 that I can get my new mods. So I have one more level to go to before I can really switch out to up-to-date mods. I am dreading when my character is a high enough level that I can no longer focus on mods and I have to just wear ranked armor. I mean, I'm going to have stuff in my costume slot so I still look decent, but it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun to grind through ranked armor.
Paths are currently open for business.
There was somebody on Tumblr who was mad at me for calling anybody with Anglo blood white because he said Anglos aren't human, so therefore they can't be white or any color. Like, how messed up do you have to be to say that somebody isn't human? Like, actually say that. It's one thing to treat people like that, which is still bad, or to say that they don't have as much value as you do, which is still bad, but it's even worse to say that they just outright aren't human. Like, that is messed up.
But I bit a guy's ear off once. Security bootlegged the footage. Not a big fan of casinos.
Huh. Cleo's weird. What does that have to do with no weapons being allowed? You're just rambling about things that you're hoping will disturb me now.
Master Tlon requested my repairs be completed in time for tomorrow's swoop race broadcast. You are supposed to comply.
I'm not a mechanic. I can't keep repairing you things when you malfunction.
Then I shall inform Master Tlon of your inability to perform your duties.
That's not necessary. Why don't you clear your memory of the last 5 minutes? Hey, you! This is Master Tlon's lounge. Is there something I can help you with?
You've got your hands full with that protocol unit.
It's nothing big. Master Tlon just likes everything to be perfect. The JTO2 is a Geonosian antique. JTO3's blasters need recalibration. The serving droid spills drinks.
Why would it be dark side to let me see them? I guess that's so I can poison. Let's go for now, and if it's not a route that I like, I'll just reset.
You've got my sympathy.
It's a pretty nice gig. When Tlon left the business world, he picked me up, bailed me out of debt. Now I work for one of the richest men on Nar Shaddaa.
I bet working for Tlon has its advantages.
He doesn't... It's not like that. And he owns my debt, so he doesn't bother paying me. Look, don't take this wrong, but I don't know you, and no one comes in here just to talk. What's this about?
I need to talk to your employer, and I think he'll want to talk to me.
You don't know who you're dealing with. Tlon doesn't take visitors. I'm the only person he's seen in a year. Even if I wanted to set you up with a meeting, and I don't. Sorry. What would I tell him? Some stranger wants to chat?
Tell him an old friend wants to talk about Cyclone.
If you say so. I'll give him the message and see what he wants to do.
Of course, in the world of the Empire.
Well, says I'll talk to you. Wouldn't plan on an extended visit, though. Go through that door, keep your distance from Tlon and the droids, and don't take too long. Got it?
As I was just saying, sorry. Of course, in the world of the Empire, paying off someone's debt means you own their debt and now you own them like a slave. So that's unpleasant for her, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm not rich enough to take her debt for her.
I'm not planning on causing any trouble.
Just be careful in there.
Alert. Scanning for weapons. Warning. Visitor is armed.
Ignore the droids. Nutella says you're persistent, but I don't know what you think you'll find here. Sinchit's gone. Bankrupted by the war and sold off piece by piece for a tidy sum. Made me rich, but that life is over.
I think you got rich by dealing with terrorists. What do you say to that?
I'd be more worried if I knew what you were talking about. Besides, you're nobody to me. Why would I reveal confidential information to you?
I thought you might help a potential investor. It pays to know what you're dealing with.
That's all this is? You saw a business opportunity. Here's a story you might be interested in. A story about VerveGen, one of Sinchit's subsidiaries.
I don't have anything better to do. Let's hear it.
VerveGen developed medical technology, mainly genetic modification serums. Not one of Sinchit's more profitable branches. When we put VerveGen on the market, we got some strange buyers. Paid cash and kept their names secret. Took the company and all its technology.
Can you contact the buyers?
I wouldn't know how. You could try yourself. VerveGen's offices were on the upper levels of the city. So far as I'm aware, the old buyers are still in charge. That's all I have, and I think I've been more than cooperative. Everything clear enough?
Looks like I'm paying a visit to VerveGen.
You can see yourself out. Don't bother the droids when you go, and leave Natula alone.
Does he want me to leave her alone because he's protective of her, or does he want me to leave her alone because he doesn't want me putting ideas of rebellion in her head?
Hello, Cypher. Always present to speak. You know, I managed to slice into the Star Cluster's holocams. I got to see how you handle field work. I didn't think it possible to talk through a meeting with Jordan Klan. You handled yourself adeptly.
You had no business watching me.
There's no privacy in this work. At least I tell you when I'm watching. So, now we know about VerveGen, a Sinchit Industries medical subsidiary purchased by a shadowy group of buyers. Those buyers were presumably members of the Terror Cell. The company was acquired to produce Cyclone and other technologies.
We need to take on VerveGen.
Not yet. Soon. But not yet. I've located the VerveGen offices, but I'm unable to obtain personnel records. Their data is very well secured. I need you to set up surveillance. Slice into public terminals around the building perimeter, and I can use holonet resources to see and hear inside.
Where should I start?
VerveGen is located in the upper-level industrial site. The sector is overrun by corporate security. Some may carry Cyclone as a last resort. When you're done, come to Shadowtown. We'll meet in person. Watch your X out.
Every job requires leverage to yet another job, and then that job leads to yet another job. The work is never done. I don't know how Hireth can stand it. Like, she's been trained and essentially raised to work in this job. She probably was fairly young when they pulled her in and started teaching her how to be an agent. But, like, if this was a company where you went into as an adult, which is what I assume the Republic does, because the Republic doesn't do genetic manipulation or child kidnapping, I don't know how they can stand it. There's just so much to do. Like Theron Shawn, who you'll see later. He's one of the best characters. He's one of the Republic spies, and I can't comprehend wanting to be part of that job. I used to when I was little. All little kids want to be spies.
Select an available travel route. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Then you realize when you get older, besides the danger that comes with it, and besides the fact that you can't tell your family anything about it, Then you also have the compromising your own morals. You have the classified training, the fact that I don't know exactly how you retire in that job, like what they do to make sure that you keep your non-disclosure agreements even after you're not working for them anymore. And as far as I know, it would be a little bit like this, except a lot less exciting, but in the way that every job would lead to another job would lead to another job, and you never have a break from it. You never stop having things to do. It just sounds like a pretty miserable career to me. Now that's an interesting dye for that outfit.
Rise and shine.
Goes decently with his skin color too. I've never seen someone dye their outfit aqua. I didn't even know there was an aqua dye. Inspect player. It does not have a dye module, so that's the natural color of it. Ah, it's one of these stupid outfits. Look, and they have the buckles right on her nipples too. That's pleasant. I hate when they make outfits like that. I want the whole corset thing that goes with it. Why can't I have the corset? Why does it have to be a stupid bikini? I'm missing half the outfit's design because they wanted to make it look skimpy. It's stupid.
I'm General Colvin, this outpost's mission leader. If you have a moment, sir, I need your help with a priority Alpha objective. The Emperor has ordered me to unravel a great enigma in this sector, a complex constructed centuries ago by a Sith named Darth Revan. Upon its completion, Revan sealed a mysterious cargo inside, along with many alien slaves. Nothing has exited or entered since.
So this is the second mention, or technically the third, of Revan. So the first one that mentions him is on Droman Kaz. You saw me do that side mission and become a Revanite. The second mention was in the Republic side when you go to Terrace, because Terrace is the opening level for the first KOTOR game, where you're playing as Revan, and the starship that you explore that's been crashed is the one that Revan experienced crashing. And then this is the third mention of a vault that he left behind.
If nothing has come out, I'm guessing it's a tomb.
If so, it's the best guarded tomb in the galaxy. The complex is fortified with self-repairing automated defense turrets and a seemingly inexhaustible supply of assassin droids. It's amazing technology. We've spent over a decade trying to breach those defenses, and failed.
You're kidding, right?
We lost over 1,000 men until someone had the bright idea to send probe droids instead. We've lost another 10,000 of those. I've discovered that the complex's defenses draw power from reactors across this sector. The owners of these reactors are completely unaware. Unfortunately, they're also our enemies. Republic Special Forces, criminal cartels, and mercenary armies. They'll never willingly shut down their reactors.
Willingness is irrelevant. They will submit. Or fall.
Our foes are well armed and indisposed towards diplomacy. Hit them before they can hit back. Finally, accessing Revan's complex means shutting down every reactor powering its defenses. If even one remains active, we'll never make it inside. Good luck.
If they've been doing this for 10 years, it's baffling that they have not sent any other teams in order to get rid of the reactors. Like, if they're gonna keep losing teams and drones trying to get into the vault directly, why not just send the teams to get to the reactors instead and do this without having to send a single two-person team of spies to do it for you? It's not very believable. That, or the guy and his whole branch of the military is just an idiot.
New mate. Getting good.
when they see that somebody is being easily killed, do they go, oh, I guess I better fight and die too? It's like, you call it NPC syndrome. Leave off here for now. I hope that you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll get close to finishing Nar Shaddaa next time. See you later.